I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? Tivium here. Welcome back to yet another player review. This will, I think, almost conclude. There might be one more player, but this will almost conclude the Is It Worth It mini-series. We went through Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, and now, of course, we have Ronaldo. If you have any other play you'd like to see this version of, then, or this video type of, I should say, then feel free to let me know in the comments, and maybe we can get it done before Summer Heat comes out later today. This, of course, is being released very early on what I hope is a Wednesday morning. 93 Ronaldo, valued at just under 200,000 coins. Very much on par with what Lionel Messi is. A little bit more expensive than Neymar and double the price of Mbappe, if not maybe even a little bit more. But 93 rated, still a very good card on paper. A few issues here or there that you might consider. If I blocked off the name and didn't show you the card, just showed you his stats, you probably would go, well, it looks like Ronaldo, but I don't know, because that balance is a little bit low, this is a bit low, that's a bit low, and you would be excused for thinking that it was a cheap version. So Rafael Leao, for example, he had a player moments, team of the season player moments, is a very good card, very similar to Ronaldo, plays like Ronaldo, not quite Ronaldo. But with that being said, is Ronaldo still a viable option in FIFA 20 in mid-June? That's the question. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high-low work rates, and of course the Ronaldo body type. Doesn't have high and average or lean or whatever, it's a Ronaldo body type. Same with Messi. I think Neymar has the Neymar body type as well. Mbappe doesn't. He just has average. With that being said, 91 sprint speed, 89 acceleration, averages to 90 pace overall, 95 positioning, 94 finishing, 95 shot power, 93 long shots. Not great passing, to be honest. 83 short passing, 82 vision. And this is an absolute travesty amongst travesties. 76 free kicks on Ronaldo. Are you drunk? Ronaldo, you know, Portsmouth, the free kick king, Ronaldo. Yeah, crazy. I mean, if you go and have a look at maybe how many free kicks he's scored in his career versus how many he's taken, maybe he gets a 76%. I don't know. I couldn't answer how good he is at free kicks consistently, but, you know, when you think of Ronaldo, you think skills, you think free kicks. You don't think poor free kicks, and he falls over a lot, so that's why he's got 71 balance. He has got 87 agility, 96 reactions, 92 ball control, 89 dribbling, 95 composure. I mean, I would argue that that could even be higher again, because he is a very composed player. But again, 85 stamina. For when that card came out, that was fine, not a problem at all, very good. Nowadays, maybe a touch on the low side. I think you can get by with it. It's just a case of if you buy him and you've never used him before, you'll want to keep giving him the ball, so you will obviously be using that stamina a lot. And of course, 95 jumping to go with decent heading. But yeah, depends on what you want to do with him with regards to chem styles. I change up the chem style on this Ronaldo all the time. Maestro, for example, turns him into a 96 rated centre forward, 95 rated striker. I think boosting, I think the Maestro is probably the best one to go with. You could argue an engine wouldn't be a bad idea as well. Boost up that passing, give him 10 balance, refine the dribbling slightly, and then of course give him that little sprint speed boost, which in sort of today's game where you have an awful lot of fast team of the season style defenders, an engine isn't a bad idea. I know a lot of people who just slap a hunter on him because why not? Hunters, shadows, those are the type of broken chem styles that you might end up getting more out of him for. But we're going to talk about him in a raw state. We're not going to talk about him necessarily with a chem style on. Is he still good enough to perform? Well, based on the clips that you are about to see, or maybe even watching already, you'll see that he is still capable of scoring goals. He's still capable of creating chances and performing skill moves. There are definitely a few issues with regards to not necessarily mobility, although I will say his agility could be better. His balance could definitely be better. But his passing is probably the biggest issue, really. It's just not up to standard, to be honest. It's just not good enough these days. Back when the game first came out, I think you could get by with it. But as the game has changed and the game has updated, certain cards that were originally meta at the beginning of the game are no longer that meta. So Ronaldo, for example, although it is Ronaldo and he does suit the game, he could feel a little bit better on the ball. It's a little bit, again, bit of a weird one that his dribbling is 89. When, of course, it's Ronaldo. He's known for dribbling with the ball. Whether he does it or not these days, I'm not sure is that relevant. I mean, maybe it is, I suppose, if you're trying to... Like, you can't just say... Like, I don't know, I'm trying to find a player like... I don't know, maybe not James Milner. I'm trying to find a player who's still in the game, who's lost all sort of stats, I guess, and I'm struggling to think of one. I don't know why. There are plenty in the game, but you know, just because he was good once upon a time doesn't mean that his card should still be good, is what I'm trying to get at, right? So I get why they've decreased some of the stats, but at the same time, it's Ronaldo, and it's the same with Messi as well. I just feel like their stats should be really high until they retire, because they are who they are. But you know, I digress. The things he's really good at, of course, is his natural power. Like, he doesn't really have great strength. He's 78 strength. He doesn't have good aggression. That's 63. But it's just that raw power that he seems to have. It's the Ronaldo factor. Messi has very similar traits in the sense of not power, but doesn't really lose the ball. His dribbling is very good. And Ronaldo is very similar to that in the sense of he feels very strong, even though he doesn't have great strength. He feels very aggressive, even though his aggression isn't that high. And of course, that set of traits that he has, the flair and the outside of the foot shot, which really does help. The interesting thing about this is he does have a power free kick trait, and yet he can't take free kicks, which is mad. I suppose with a chem style, for example, Maestro, you do end up getting the plus 10 free kicks. With the engine, you get that as well, so whichever one you want to go with, feel free, and you will have that boost. Now, I know a lot of people who use Ronaldo, and I know a lot of them will play him as a striker. So in terms of his finishing, and of course, feel free to do what you want in terms of a chem style. A Hawk isn't a bad idea to boost up that strength a little bit, but maybe a Sniper to give him that agility and that balance boost. But then again, you could argue that the Hawk gives him that pace boost as well. So, there are plenty of reasons to want to give him different chem styles. But his finishing, for the most part, without a chem style, to be honest, is quite good. Obviously, with a Maestro on him, you don't touch the finishing, and his finishing is very, very good. His composure doesn't come into question because it's 95. It's good enough as it is. I wouldn't really worry too much about improving that. For all intents and purposes, he's still a very good card, very, very capable of scoring goals. I think the only real reason that you'll want to be watching this is if you're kind of like me in a sense, really, because I haven't had Ronaldo, well, that's a lie. I have had him all year, but I've not really played with him all year. Messi, I've only recently bought to try out. I hadn't tried him. And the reason those two players come to mind and is because they are sort of those players that when they come out in the beginning of the game, they are really expensive, and then for whatever reason I put them out of my mind of ever being able to afford them, so I don't think about them. And then now when I'm thinking, right, well, I wonder if they're still good enough to use, I don't know how much they are. It surprised me to see that Messi was only 200k or under, and same with Ronaldo, even though when you look at the stats and you think, well, are they going to be a viable option to go out and buy, you think, well, maybe they're not quite good enough actually. So why are they still that price? So yeah, the people who are going to be watching this video, I think, are those who put it out of their mind and are now looking at this thinking, oh, actually, they are quite affordable. I might go pick them up and try them out. But Ronaldo is still very capable. Spoiler alert, as was Messi, by the way. But Ronaldo is still very capable of beating players, doing skills. His dribbling is fantastic, especially with a Maestro chem style. You can beat people and go past them with ease. The only thing I'll say is that his balance is a little bit off-putting. Even if he's remotely off balance when taking a shot, he has got a very high chance of shanking that shot, if you will, and it will miss the target. He won't generate the power to go behind it. Still a very good player. So with regards to is he still usable or not, of course he is, and he's still a great card to play with, and you can have fun with him 100%. I think he's good enough to finish Gold 3, Gold 2 in Weekend League, not a problem. For people who finish there comfortably, I think you can pick him up and put him in a team if you're looking to have as much fun as possible and get away with it, no problem. But if you are looking to improve your game, maybe you are a silver player, do you think Ronaldo is the next step? I don't think so. I think there probably are better options out there in terms of a similar player, just what Footbin tells me. Mertens, for example, several of his cards are quite similar. Insigne's team of the season is, okay, obviously it's not a similar card, but it's a card that I think you can get a little bit more out of. And there are other cards like Depay's team of the season. Again, I don't know how much that is, but they're not similar in the sense of the way that they play. Yeah, see, Depay's team of the season card, it's 94 rated, and I've used it. He is insane. He does suffer from a 3-star weak foot, although he does have outside of the foot shot trait, but he's coming in at around 50k more than this Ronaldo card, which, in my opinion, is just... It's a crazy price to turn down, really. That Depay card is really, really good. I wouldn't say that they're similar in terms of the way that they play or anything like that, although they do have high-low work rates, but it's just that Depay card is just much better on paper and plays very, very well. And if you are looking to take that next step, then I think that a high-rated team of the season card is going to be the way forward, not necessarily Ronaldo. Still a very fun card to use, definitely usable in fun squads and in rivals and getting you into gold for Weekend League. But if you're looking to take that next step, I would go for a team of the season if I were you. Let me know what you think of this card and the others that I've done reviews on recently in the comments. Do you think Mbappe, Neymar, Messi or Ronaldo are still usable? Have you still got them? Do you still play with them? If you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.